Hi guys, welcome back to ThinkView. My name is William. So for those who like the bigger screen and a long-lasting battery life, then we have the iPhone 15 Plus and the iPhone 15 Pro Max. So which phone should you choose now? I will go through each factor one by one. About the price, there is significant difference between these two phones, with the iPhone 15 Plus being almost $300 cheaper. The iPhone 15 Plus is priced somewhere around $900, while the iPhone 15 Pro Max is priced somewhere around $1,200. Every time I look at the price and I hold the iPhone 15 and the iPhone 15 Plus in hand, then I feel the value of the standard iPhone 15 is quite high this year. About the design, holding the iPhone 15 Pro Max and the iPhone 15 Plus in hand doesn't feel mismatched as last year. Last year, the iPhone 14 Pro Max was quite heavier, is bulkier, while the Plus model is so much lighter. The iPhone 14 Pro Max also have the dynamic islands, while the iPhone 14 Plus did not. So bottom line, if you want to choose something lighter, you go for the iPhone 14 Plus. Then if you want to go for something with the latest technology, you go for the iPhone 14 Pro Max. That was quite easy. But this year, the iPhone 15 Pro Max has reduced the weight, and the iPhone 15 Plus also have the dynamic island. So the premium feel when holding both phones is quite similar. The iPhone 15 Pro Max is still slightly heavier, but the difference is not as significant as last year. And both phones are equally comfortable to hold. Both phones also have the round edges and no sharp edges as before. Both phones have thinner bezel compared to last year, but the iPhone 15 Pro Max is thinner. When you look at each version, they are equally beautiful. And with a larger screen, the screen-to-frame ratio is higher, creating the illusions of a thinner bezel. However, when you place the two phones side by side, you will see that the iPhone 15 Pro Max deserves the Pro designations because the bezel is now extremely thin. About the materials, I don't think this one is better than the other one. When I hear about Apple's use of the titanium grade 5 and aerospace grade materials, it sounds very high-end. But in reality, the aluminum frames also looks high-end. It might even be better in some way because it doesn't leave fingerprint smudges. However, we cannot blame Apple because users always want something new and different every year. So the titanium is something different that Apple gives the Pro user this year. As for the durabilities, this thing will be tested over time. But using a case make any phones equally durable. The back of the phone has matte finish, and it still shows fingerprint marks, but the pink version of the 15 Plus is bright, so it doesn't show as much. So now when it comes to the screen, the iPhone 15 and the 15 Plus have come closer to the Pro and the Pro Max series in terms of specifications. They are almost identical features in terms of size, resolutions, HDR support, contrast, and even the maximum brightness, which is up to 2000 nits. This is a feature that adds significant real-world value to the iPhone 15 Plus this year, as things will be much clearer when viewing outdoor. However, please note that the iPhone 15 Plus does not have the always-on display and the promotions. If these are the features that you need, then spending extra $300 for the iPhone 15 Pro Max was quite normal. If you ask me whether these two features important or not, always-on display is essential for creating a fresh feeling with your phones, as it changes wallpaper and keep your device looking nice, even when you are not actively using it. On the other hand, a high refresh rate screen mainly affects the smoothness of app navigations and motion effect. Indeed, the iPhone 15 Pro Max offers a noticeable smoother experience when navigating through apps. But if you're just watching a movie, then both phones will perform quite the same. In terms of the hardware spec, there isn't much of a difference. When you look at the benchmark, it's clear that the A17 Pro is more powerful than the A16. But for the everyday user experience, it's quite much the same. When it comes to taking photos, there's no lag, and both phones are equally fast. This year, the default camera resolutions is 24 megapixel instead of the 12 megapixel. Thanks to the powerful chips and the Apple efficient have compressions, the photo capture speed is also very fast. It's even faster than the S23 Ultra. Speaking of the camera, the iPhone 15 Plus offers a real high practical value. It has been updated with technology that I think users will use for the most. For example, it now has the default 2x zoom mode, and the main camera resolutions has been increased to 48 megapixel to ensure the sharpness even when taking the 2x photos. Additionally, it features automatic depth sensing for adjusting the background blur, even in regular photo mode. You can find and go to photo editing sections to fine-tune the blur effect. As for the 15 Pro Max, It has a slight edges in the main sensor and a 5x telephoto camera, along with some professional mode like shooting in log format and using ProRes with the external hard drive. Of course, in some scenarios, it can produce results that in the 15 Plus can match, but the proportions of user who truly prefers and make extensive use of these features is likely to be small. About the battery, the iPhone 15 Plus has a slightly larger battery capacity compared to the iPhone 15 Pro Max, and the 60Hz screen also consumes less power, so the usage time should be a bit longer, kinda like last year when the iPhone 14 Plus have a longer battery life than the iPhone 14 Pro Max. However, the difference is not significant because the iPhone 15 Pro Max already offers an excellent battery life. Okay, so here's what I wanted to tell everyone about these two phones. If you wanted a good deal, go for the iPhone 15 Plus. It's well optimized in every way, so I don't think it's feel lacking as the 14 Plus did last year. But if you need more storage and some exclusive Pro features, the iPhone 15 Pro Max is the way to go with the 256GB base storage and the Pro specific features. Okay, so that's some of my thoughts about these two phones. What do you guys think? Please comment below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. My name is William and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye!